Hello, thanks for joining me again. Okay, so this is Corinne from Corinne Marie Designs. I just wanted to show you how I made this really pretty bag. Gift bags. I love to make gift bags and pretty cards because I just love to give people gifts. I've always given people presents, but I just wanted to make use of this really pretty stamp set. But I'm going to make it in this gorgeous Melon Mambo colour today with the black and the very vanilla. Okay, so let me just pop this to one side. So first of all, you want your scoreboard. So let me just bring that in. I'm just going to check that you can see that on the camera. Yes, you can. Okay, so cardstock on. So this cardstock is 12 inches by 8 inches. And we are going to score at 2 inches, then at 5 3/4 of an inch, and then 7 3/4 of an inch, and that then at 11 1/2. So that was 2, 5 3/4, 7 3/4, and 11 1/2. Spin it round, and you want to score at 1/2 inch, which is this one here. Straight down to the bottom. I'm afraid that goes off the camera, but trust me, I've gone to the bottom. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2 inch, and then at 6 inches, like so. Okay, so this is going to be a pattern top, and this is our base. Let me just pop that out of the way. Okay, so a pair of scissors, and we're going to start snipping. So let's snip up to this bottom score line, straight up, like so. Like that one, and then like that. Now I want you to take these two, the smaller ones, and just take a slight wedge out. It just makes the tabs easier when you come to glue it down. So take a little wedge, like a little triangle out, if you can see. So I'm just wedging there, and same with this end one. We're going to cut a wedge there. Apologies for the noise of the train going past. Hope you can still hear me. And let's just wedge that one like so. Okay, now just flip it over for a second. This one here that we've taken off, we're going to cut that off completely. Same with this side. So I want you to take a wedge at the top, and this bottom part we're going to take off with a wedge there. Can you see how I've done like a little triangle? So where that score line there would have been a straight line, but I've taken that triangle off. So this is our tab to close the side of the box. Let me just get rid of my rubbish. Okay, now we're just going to fold and burnish our score lines. I just find my trusty bone folder so that I can burnish those score lines. It just helps with it folding if you burnish them. So let's do these ones. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about these top ones, they are just literally for a pretty pattern at the top of your bag. And then fold this one in and burnish that one. Okay, so it should all close very easily. Okay, pop some glue along this edge. You can use tear and tape, you can use I'm using Tombow Multi, which is liquid. Tear and tape's quite good. And nice and strong. You want something nice and strong to hold it together. Okay, let me just get this lined up. Line it up, smooth it down, burnish it if you like, just helps the gluing process to make sure it sticks nice and straight. Just run your finger along if you're using liquid glue, getting it everywhere, just like so, just to make it really stick. Try not to stick it to your disc like I just did. Okay. Right, so that's done. So now we'll flip it over and we'll do the base. So let's just pop some glue on these panels here, flaps, like so. And which way is the back? So here is the join at the back. I'm going to flip the back towards the front, like so, and then I'm going to pop some glue on this one and bring the front towards the back so that this line here you can't see when you've got the front of the bag towards you. Okay, so let me just get that square like so, and I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to drop a block inside just to weigh it down for a second whilst that glue sets in the bottom. Okay, and it keeps it nice and square and it's heavy, so it pushes those panels all together. Now I'm just going to use my fingers just to push this side in so that we can create a kind of a fold. It'll be better when I've taken the blocks back out, but just like that, it just gives it a bit of shape. Okay, I'm going to take my blocks back out. Now, just give it a push the sides in so that I can pull this top together, and then I'm just going to push it like that, and then whilst it's like that I'm just going to burnish it like that so that it just makes those folds better. Okay, so that's a lovely big bag. Now I'm going to do my decorative panel, so I'm just going to pop that back in whilst that glue sets. Let's just pop that block in. Okay, push it to one side. So I have a piece of black which is 3 3/4 by 4 1/4 tall, and the vanilla is 3 1/2 by 4 inches tall. So using the vanilla, I've got glue on my pad which doesn't help. Okay, so I'm using this fantastic, really pretty stamp set. I love this, I'm using it so much. Free as a bird, I am using these birds here, and I'm using the sentiment, the world needs more of you, to stamp. So I'm going to use Memento ink, which is a lovely crisp black ink. Let's get that inked up like so, and then I'm going straight across like that. Okay, and sentiment, just check it's inked up properly, and go in at a slight angle. And I've done it upside down. Okay, never mind. Cardstock has 2 sides. Let's try again. Oh my days. Let's try and do this. Okay, straight across like so. Okay, which way up do I need this? I need it that way. Oh my goodness. Let's ink and try again. That's better. Okay, see, it always goes wrong when you video it. Here we go. So I'm just going to let that ink dry. This should be dry now. Let's grab this. What I'm going to do is just going to pop a couple of clips just on the top here, just to hold it together whilst I put some ribbon around. Just makes it easier for me, okay? So I'm going to use some gorgeous black ribbon that I have here, satin black. I'm just going to leave myself enough so that I can tie a bow. So I reckon probably that'll be enough. Let's get this tied round. I'm not the best at tying bows. They always look absolutely pants. I find it so fiddly. I really don't do myself any favours when I do them. I get them all twisted up. No, I've done it wrong. Okay. No pressure, like. That will do. I'm happy with that. Oh, it's close enough. You know what, you do a better bow than me, I'm sure. So you can take those off now. Okay, now we're going to glue our panels on. So, pop some glue here. Just like so. Oops. Try not to get it everywhere like I do. Just going to push my bows up out the way. I've cut my cardstock too big. Oh no. 1 second. Let me just trim that down. So I need, okay, this is where I get glue all over my card now. I'm going to just pop that to one side. I'm going to cut a new piece. That means that I've probably cut that one too big. Okay, so let me just measure my bag. This measures 3 3/4. So I need a 3.5 panel by 4 inches. 3.5 by 4. Okay, let's get this in here. So let's go 4 inches by 3.5. It's all going Pete Tom today. Right, that's better. 3.5. Let me just measure what size I've done this one. So 3.5. I need this to be 3.25. So I'm just going to nip off this side. 3.25. Sorry, birdie. Say bye bye to your bum. Okay. Let me just measure what that is high by 4. Oh, I've done it all wrong. Right, let's cut it down to 3 3/4. There we go, that should hopefully be better. Yes, right, sorry about that. So, change those measurements. This is now, black layer is 3.5 by 4 inches, and the vanilla is 3 3/4 by 3.25. So that was the wrong side, wasn't it? Let me just put the glue on the side that I did wrong, and we're going to pop that down. As you can see, because it's such lovely thick quality cardstock, the stamping I did wrong on the other side doesn't show through, so you definitely have 2 sides that you can stamp on without worrying about it showing through your cardstock. So if you make a boo-boo like me, you're okay. There we go, let's try this again. Let's put that just there. There we go, just waiting for the glue to dry off a little bit. Hold it still. Pull that ribbon back down. That was a terrible bow. Oh dear. There. That's it, that's glued. There we go. I hope you enjoyed, but what a fab little bag. Okay, I'll bring the cream one back in for you to see comparison. I used the Very Vanilla and Gold trim ribbon on that one. I do love it in the hot pink though, isn't that gorgeous? Melon Mambo. There we go. Which colour do you prefer? Let me know. Thanks. Bye bye.